So I write raps about many different kind of themes. Growing up in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, as I did, gangster rap was not really an option as a suburban white boy, so I decided to get into science communication hip-hop instead. And today I'm going to rap a little bit about the science of evolution, because that's one of the things that tells us that we're all cousins, is the family trees. So let's drop that first beat with a little sample of the origin of species. Let me get a bit more mic in the stage if I can. It's time to reveal my identity. I'm the manifestation of tens of millions of centuries of sexual selection. Best believe I'm the best of the best of the best of generations of competitive pressure genetically. But don't get upset, because we got the same pedigree. You and I will find a common ancestor eventually if we rewind geological time regressively. And I can say the same for this hibiscus tree and this lizard and this flea and this sesame seed. And if you still disbelieve in what your senses perceive, I could even use my rhymes as a remedy, because there's so much variation in the styles in this industry and differential survival when the people listening decide what they're into and what really isn't interesting. You could thrive like Timberlake on a Timberland beat, or go extinct like Vanilla Ice and NSYNC. It's survival of the fittest, but fitness is a tricky thing. It changes from place to place, from winter to spring. But the real question in this social scientific simile is heredity, whether we inherit our techniques from our predecessors or invent them independently. But then we're talking memes, and that's a different thing. Richard Dawkins, can I get proper definition, please? The weak and the strong, who got it going on? We lived in the dark for so long. The weak and the strong, Charles Darwin got it going on. Creationism is dead wrong. See, the weak and the strong, who got it going on? Whoever leaves the most spawn. The weak and the strong, Darwin got it going on. Creationism is, well, as Darwin would say, creationism is technically erroneous. Thank you. Can I get a bit more mic in the stage monitors for a sec? Yeah. All right, so for this next one, I want to get a little bit hippie, a little peace and love. So I'd like to try to get this crowd, not a massive crowd, but an avid crowd, I would say, singing along with my chorus. So I'm going to teach you guys the hook, and then when the beat drops, then you can sing with me, and we're all going to be one family on one family tree, all right? So the first part of the chorus, I'm going to sing, and you guys sing them back at me. It goes, when worst comes to worst, my people come first. Worst comes to worst, my people come first, but my tribe lives in every country on earth. My tribe lives in every country on earth. I'd do anything to protect them from hurt. I'd do anything to protect them from hurt. The human race is what I serve. Sing. It's what I serve. All right, we're going to go a little calypso hip-hop mixed with some science. Let's drop that beat. Because, you know, it is really just one family on this planet, and we do need to get along, and the evolutionary origins of altruism can help us learn how to get along. So that's why I'm singing this song for the world, inspired by the science of evolution. When worst comes to worst, my people come first, but my tribe lives in every country on earth. I do anything to protect them from hurt. The human race is what I serve. Now in the South Pacific Islands, there's certain animals that don't experience fear, like Galapagos iguanas. They never had predators, so their adaptive responses evolved to be as calm as a pack of Dalai Lamas. So then why do we have to live with violence when this whole planet could be one pacifistic island? Do we need fear to escape invading aliens? The only predators here are called Homo sapiens. And yeah, we can be dangerous, but we can also be motivated by positive reciprocity. Stop the violence, right? We can all agree, but violence comes from the fear of predators stalking me. See, violence is never entirely senseless. Natural selection can help you make sense of it. We just got to identify what triggers a threat switch and design society to disconnect it, and instinct will take care of the rest of it. Now that's a simple idea, but when it's widely comprehended, well, I predict a world of aligned interests where the people are as peaceful as Galapagos finches. See, evolutionary altruism can spread through the whole world, but it's got to start right here with a little sing-along. So if you feel the chorus, sing the chorus along with me. Worst comes to worst, my people come first, but my tribe lives in every country on earth. I do anything to protect them from hurt. The human race is what I serve. Come on. Worst comes to worst, my people come first, but my tribe lives in every country on earth. I do anything to protect them from hurt. The human race is what I serve. Everybody throw your peace signs up like this and wave them back and forth. We're gonna be like a big field of seaweed. All together now. Even if you're backwards and off beat, we're all one tribe. All right, let's sing it one more time, yeah? When worst comes to worst, my people come first, but my tribe lives in every country on earth. I do anything to protect them from hurt. The human race is what I serve. And that's peace on earth, y'all. Let's pause that one. All right, this next one's a bit of a headbanger, but I think I might have to warm you up for it. As an avid hip-hop head, I've always been into Afrocentric rap, and I've always been a little embarrassed about that fact. You know, I'm the white boy at the Dead Prez concert, like, yeah, I'm an African, and I know what's happening, because it's call and response, and that's their track, but not really feeling like I fit in with the concept, until I read about the science of evolution, which teaches us that all humans living on the planet today are descended from Homo sapiens that lived in Africa only about 60,000 years ago. So we are actually all African under the skin. So what I want to do right now is a little remix of the Dead Prez classic, I'm a African, with an evolutionary twist, but I really need you guys to get in on this for me. So I'm gonna say I'm a African. I'm gonna need you to shout I'm a African back at me with as much zeal as you can, regardless of the color of your skin, because when you say it, you're gonna feel it deep in your DNA. But you know, if you see a guy looking like me shout I'm an African, part of your brain is definitely gonna go, ooh, look at him, he's clearly white, that's wrong. That's the little naysayer in your brain, right? But then another part of your brain is gonna go, damn it, he does have a point. There's a scientific fact deep down there somewhere. And that part's gonna overcome, and that's gonna allow you to shout, I'm an African, back to me with just as much enthusiasm, because, you know, it's based on reality. But of course, a third part of your brain will make a mental note to go look it up later after the show. Because in science, you can't take anything on authority. You gotta really, like, fact check for yourself, all right? So let's do a little test and see if this crowd is down with the scientific and, I would say, sociological concept that we are all Africans under the skin. Y'all ready? Don't leave me hanging, man. I can see you right there. All right. I'm an African! Damn right, and I know what's happening. Come on, louder. I'm an African! Hell yeah, so you know what's happening. Look at that. You guys are pumping your fists with it and everything. This is like the outdoor science hall version of a Dead Prez concert we're about to have right here. All right, let's drop this beat, and we'll see if you guys can be Africans over the rhythm. Yeah. You know, it's one thing to be African in principle, but being African on beat is something else, right? Nod your head to the beat. I'm an African. Damn right, and I know what's happening. I'm an African. Your archaeologist taught me what's happening. Are you an African? Then say it loud if you know what's happening. I'm an African. Yeah, geneticists taught me what's happening. I wasn't born in Ghana, but Africa is my mama, because that's where my mama got her mitochondria. You can try to fight if you want to, but it's not going to change me. It's plain to see. Africans are my people, and if it's not plain to see, then your eyes deceive you. I'm talking primeval. The DNA in my veins tells a story that reasonable people find believable, but it might even blow your transistors. Africa is the home of our most recent common ancestors. That means human beings are brothers and sisters. So check the massive evidence of Homo erectus and Australopithecus afarensis in the fossil record, and then try to tell me that we're not all connected. The fossil record has gaps but no contradictions, and it complements the evidence in your chromosomes. So I came to let you know about your ancestral home. I'm an African. Damn right, and I know what's happening. I'm an African. Your archaeologist taught me what's happening. Are you an African? Then say it loud if you know what's happening. I'm an African. Yeah, geneticists told me what's happening. Yeah, it's plain to see. You can't change me, because I'm gonna be a Homo sapien for life. It's plain to see. You can't change me, I'm Homo sapien for life, yeah. But the red is for the blood in my arm. It runs in the veins of all my cousins from the same African mom. And the black is for the melanin, which I guess I lost. A mutation with benefits that offset the cost. At least in the north, after massive glaciation, my family passed through some adaptive radiations. We started as Africans and then became Eurasians. And then one final migration made us Canadians. But it's back to my origin, because I understand for every color of man, Africa is the motherland. So I'm coming back, that's my right of return. I'm only speaking the facts, which I invite you to learn. We come from Africa first. Charles Darwin predicted it, because that's where modern chimps and gorillas live. So the green is for the envy in the eyes of intelligent design advocates and scientific illiterates. I'm an African. Damn right, and I know what's happening. I'm an African. Your archaeologist taught me what's happening. Are you an African? Then say it loud if you know what's happening. I'm an African. Yeah, geneticists taught me what's happening, and every human on this planet is an African. So everybody needs to know what's happening. Every Homo sapien is African. So tell the whole world what's happening. Spread the word, y'all. Spread the word. All right, I got one last track to share with you guys. When I first started writing these evolution raps, a couple years ago, my early drafts of my lyrics started out simplistic as hell, like this. I was like, yo, yo, the origin of species ain't no feces, dog, believe me. That was all I could think of. So then I was like, oh man, these lyrics really need to be rewritten. And sometimes people ask me, well, how does your stuff get written? Like this: performance, feedback, revision. And how do I generally develop my lyricism? Like this: performance, feedback, revision. And how do human beings ever learn to do anything? Like this: performance, feedback, revision. And evolution is really just kind of an algorithm that goes like this: performance, feedback, revision. So the genetic code of every living creature was written kind of like this: performance, feedback, revision. See, the genes are like a text with 100,000 pages, and the revisions occur in the little random changes that come from mutations. And then when they see the light, well, that's the performance. We call that the phenotype. And natural selection, well, that's the feedback side. That's about who survives and whose genes catch rides in the next generation. Yes, what I'm saying is that a rap performance like this is the best illustration of how descent with modification works, because the performance is necessary to change the words, to decide which have an impact and which to send back to the drawing board. In fact, I just did that when you guys failed to react, because any line can change, and the mutations occur when I improvise on stage. Because up until this moment, everything I said was off the page, but now I'm gonna have to switch it up and do a freestyle section. I'll keep it really specific so I can beat your cheater detection. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm representing right now for humans. I'm representing this crowd at the Global Family Reunion. Coming kind of mean. I'm a rap fiend, a machine. I'm rapping in Queens, feeling like I'm freaking Nas or Mobb Deep, know what I mean? Except for a hell of a lot whiter. But that's okay, because I bet you've heard a bunch of rappers that are a hell of a lot less nicer. See, this here is a freestyle cipher. When it comes to hip hop, I'm a lifer, which means I come back to it. My attitude is nasty when I spit. I just have to get up into the mic when I'm just attacking it. See, this is a freestyle rap, which means I have no idea what I'm gonna say next. Clearly, I'm rapping right now for charity and not for paychecks. And even if I make a little mistake over the rhythm, that's okay. That's how I introduce randomness into the system. Mutations, can't you see what I'm saying? Concepts work in tandem. White boy from Canada rapping about science. Don't tell me that isn't random. I mean, you came here for randomness to the Global Family Reunion at the halls of science. I'm getting up in your brain right now. You will never hear anything from me that resembles silence. Only ripping it, flipping a bunch of different tracks with nothing but explicitness. I mean, I'm trying to flip a little freestyle right now. It's scientific, but it's also intimate, because I can see the crowd and there's not a ton of you. But that doesn't mean that I'm done with you, because I got a freestyle to kick right now, and I hope that's what you're gonna want to do. Whatever, I just made a mistake, but that's a mutation too. That's right, you can't get me off this groove. This is how I rap it. I just attack it, never get smacked backwards. I flip it like I'm naked. I'm gonna have to give a shout out to my man AJ Jacobs. He put me on, he put this whole thing together on. That's right, so that we can all sing together and one day make a better song. See, this is my concept. This here is my system. It goes like this: performance, feedback, revision. And anyone here can use the concept to learn how to do anything. It's real real simple. It goes performance, feedback, revision. And if you want to know about evolution, this here is the definition. So say it with me. Performance, feedback, revision. Memorize it. Performance, feedback, revision. Say it one more time. Performance, feedback, revision. You got it.